Don in London, April 9th, 2010. My videos all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol. So a recovering alcoholic, one day at a time. And behaviour as well. Work, relationships, people, places, things, you name it. I could be addicted, obsessed, needing more. No, not needing. Wanting, always wanting. To be okay with the world. And I guess striving to be perfect so that you would like me or love me or want me to be included in your life, or for me to be included in your life, whichever way round. There was a need beyond, I suppose, what was in balance, and an uncertainty about how to live life. So what do we do when we're not sure about our insides? We look to the external world to try fixes, or some of us do, and as we try fix those feelings, or wonder what they are, because sometimes we have no idea what our feelings are, because we can't put a name to them, and we can't actually understand quite what is going on, because we've never learned. And for me, drink was an obvious way to fix the feelings inside, to get some conviviality, to get to feel beyond fear. And I guess most of the time, if fear is in the right proportion to all the other feelings we have, relating to the experience we're living in, all is well. But unfortunately, some of us do find fear is not only imagined, but then becomes real as well. So what do? We try and fix it some more by working harder, striving to be perfect. And of course we are never perfect. So addiction, 35 years it took me to be a 24/7 drinker, self-obsessed, self-will run riot. And there's nothing wrong with the right amount of willpower, but when it's become overused and we're hanging on trying to control everything because nothing seems to work, then we are susceptible to addiction. So for me these days, I had a moment of clarity after 35 years. Well, maybe I had some along the way as well. Drinking wasn't working for me. It wasn't resolving the issue of my feelings and my connection to reality. In fact, it was taking me further and further away. So the only reality I had was the imagined one, or the imagination of what was going on in my head, distorted and at extremes of fear and every other feeling, I guess. So these days, with the help of other people, I'm in recovery one day at a time. So family, friends, community, professionals all played a part in keeping me alive long enough to get a moment of clarity, and much more than that, to be alive today. And a fellowship has taught me every single day in recovery how to keep well and try and find balance as life goes along. And that fellowship is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't speak for it, never can, never will, never want to. It simply is a place where I find experience, strength and hope to be sober, and after a while find friends, which complements family, community and everything that goes on around. So fellowship has provided me with a bridge back to modern life, or just a bridge back to living and being a part of family if it's possible and when possible, and all that we can do. So how did AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, who I don't speak for, do this? Well, simply they invite anybody who has a desire to stop drinking to join in. No rules, no breaking of anything, just a simple invitation. If you have a desire to stop drinking, join. And on this little card here is the AA preamble, which I share in every video because I think it's important that we know what we're about. And it's very easy if we go to anything on a repetitive basis that we forget why we're going there, and we can get disturbed and distracted by anything. So we ask people to turn their telephones off, but they don't. They just put them on silent and play games sometimes. But that's what they do. It's nothing to do with me. Anyway, Alcoholics Anonymous, what is it? Here we go. Statement of intent and the AA preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And easily done, one would think. But why do we go back every day? Because every day we forget what is good for us. And this month, April, Daily Reflections, part of the literature covers the 12 steps of action to change attitude and behaviour. And April is all about step 4, the fearless moral inventory. Some may feel that that is a onerous task. It's not actually. It tells us who we were and who we are becoming, helping us understand our feelings, our spiritual connection to living, which is living in the now, reality, and what we may do with today. So for April 9th it talks about freedom from King Alcohol. Let us not suppose even for an instant that we are under constraint. Our former tyrant, King Alcohol, always stands ready again to clutch us at him or to him. Therefore freedom from alcohol is the great must that has to be achieved, else we go mad or die, or go back to the insanity of drinking over and over again and the madness of it. When drinking, I lived in spiritual, emotional and sometimes physical confinement. I constructed my prison with bars of self-will and self-indulgence, from which I could not escape. Occasional dry spells that seemed to promise freedom would turn out to be little more than hopes of a reprieve. True escape required a willingness to follow whatever right actions were needed to turn the lock. With that willingness and action, both lock and the bars themselves open for me. Continued willingness and action keep me free, in a kind of extended daily probation that never need end. And even though it's endless, we have to work at it, because it's so easy to get into a negative state of mind. It's so easy to find ourselves wondering what is going on, and why is it always me who seems to get it, or why does the world let me down, or am I letting myself down in my desire to fix the feelings rather than face them and work through what is going on around me, my true reality of now, helped by the wisdom of others, which is what fellowship is all about. And William Lovelace wrote many things, and one of the things he wrote was this: stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. Mind's innocent and quiet take, that for a hermitage. If I have freedom in my love, and in my soul am free, angels alone that soar above enjoy such liberty. And for me, liberty is freedom to experience all that is going on, all of my emotions, from fear to joy, all of them, which is why I put a note up about feelings on Facebook. If I know my feelings, how am I feeling, why, what can I do, I have a better opportunity to do something about it. And if it involves other people, which it often does, it's about behaviour, my attitude and behaviour, and their attitude and behaviour. So I divorce, if you like, loving people from attitude and behaviour. I can love a person and not be sure about their behaviour, and that I can talk about with them or myself. So we learn a little bit more each day. How am I feeling? Why? What can I do? And when it's all going up and down, the serenity prayer to good conscience, or God, or both, as you choose. It's a personal choice, our higher power. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference for me is just for today.